Hey everybody, welcome to Mortgage Today for Tuesday, May 7th, 2024, and oh, what a day it was. UMBS opened Tuesday up 14 basis points. Stock futures were flat. U.S. equity futures pointed to a pause in Wall Street's rally fueled by optimism that the Federal Reserve will start cutting interest rates this year based off of, I don't know either. In a week light on data but heavy on Fedspeak, Minneapolis Fed President Neel Kashkari is set to appear on Tuesday. Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond President Thomas Barkin said Monday that he expects high interest rates to eventually cool U.S. inflation to the central bank's 2% target. Eventually is kind of a weird word in there, saying, I'm optimistic that today's restrictive level of rates can take the edge off of demand in order to bring inflation back to our target. But when? You guys are two and a half years into doing that. Let's get that done. Swap traders are betting on about 45 basis points of Fed cuts by December. Optimistic. Home prices rose 5.6% year over year in March, according to the ICE Home Price Index. Homeowners with mortgages closed out the first quarter of 2024 with just a hair under $17 trillion in home equity, an all-time high. Of that, a record $11 trillion is tappable, meaning available for a homeowner to leverage while retaining 20% equity cushion in the property. On average, that works out to roughly $206,000 of tappable equity per mortgage holder. The Atlanta Fed GDP Now Index sees the Atlanta Fed's GDP Now Index sees a robust 5.3% growth rate in quarter two. Bonds improved fairly steadily in the AM hours after an initial glut of buying demand in the first hour of trading. There was a linear trend channel to the best level of the day right at noon Eastern time. After that, a similarly linear trend took bonds back toward but not into weaker territory. None of the above occurred outside a range that we'd consider anything other than uneventful. Overseas data and trading likely helped play a role in the ebb and flow. The 3-year Treasury auction didn't have a big impact, but concession building for tomorrow's 10-year auction could have contributed to the afternoon weakness. UMBS closed the day up 15 basis points at 100.21. That 10-year closed out at 4.458, so at least we're back below 4.5. We also got industry news. NewRez decided to do some spring cleaning to the tune of 156 employees on the 2nd of May. They announced that a WARN notice that they're going to lay all those people off. This comes as NewRez parent Rhythm acquired Computershare and SLS for $720 million, merging the companies with NewRez. So this is probably laying off the people that were duplicate jobs, as a large group of newly unemployed folks are left scratching their heads, speculating why Rhythm decided to axe them only to gain others. It's kind of weird. But check out some stuff from our sponsor. We got a third part from a tremendous, well-known, well-liked book, Getting Things Done. You'll make more money if you get more things done. So check out the video explanation of part 3 of Getting Things Done on wellthatmakesense.com.